So anyway, not like he needed me to stand up for him, but it hurt. It hurt seeing someone, you know, having the audacity to say something about my son like that. And hey, my son's got talent. That's all I got to say. So anyway, so we're going to read from the Art Psalms. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you for bearing with me, as I kind of got that off of my chest. And it only took me about 13 minutes to get that off of my chest. So we're going to read from Art Psalms. And we're going to look at, let me just see where we are on the time. Let's see. All right, does not show the time. Okay, so I only spent 12 minutes on that, so that's not so bad. Okay, so we're going to read from the Art Psalms, and hopefully I will be able to get through this without my own speech impediment rearing its ugly head. So here we go. Let me get a little more light over here. And some green tea. And one moment. So we're going to do 2 poems, World Spirit Invocation and The Vast Expanse will be next. Let me just make sure I got the sound off. Okay. World Spirit Invocation. The World Spirit Invocation is a visualization practice we do together. Hold your hands slightly apart, palms facing each other. Begin to visualize a mass of light between your hands. Just breathe deeply and relax. You can close your eyes and start to imagine rolling a ball of light between your palms. You're working with a luminous psychoplasma. It can take any form you can imagine. So, using your imagination, just sculpt a small planet Earth. This complex, beautiful blue sphere covered with clouds, rain, water, and land masses, all of plant life growing, all the creatures swimming, walking, flying, the jungles, the deserts, the cities. Focus your most powerful healing energy on this small planet, creating a brighter, a better, more beautiful world. And now insert that planet into your heart. Now, using your imagination, project infinite beams of spiritual light from your own heart center out to every being in every dimension on Earth, creating a luminous web that links all beings. We are all the humanity. We are the animal spirits. We are the plant spirits. We are the essence of the elements, earth, water, fire, air. We are the vast web of interconnected energies and beings, the spirit of the entire living planet. We see ourselves as the radiant presence of the great world spirit. Allow us to use this blessed power for a prayer of purification. May the element of space in our bodies, in our world, in our cosmos be pure from the beginning and throughout all time. May the element of air in our bodies, in our world, in our cosmos be pure from the beginning and throughout all time. May the element of water in our bodies, in our world, in our cosmos be pure from the beginning and throughout all time. May the element of fire in our bodies, in our world, in our cosmos be pure from the beginning and throughout all time. May the element of earth in our bodies, in our world, in our cosmos be pure from the beginning and throughout all time. Space, air, water, fire, earth, in our bodies, in our world, in our cosmos, pure and clear, now and forever. The vast expanse. I acknowledge the privilege of being alive in a human body at this moment, endowed with senses, memories, emotions, thoughts, and the space of mind in its wisdom aspect. It is the prayer of my innermost being to realize my supreme identity in the liberated play of consciousness, the vast expanse. Now is the moment. Here is the place of liberation. Witness the contents of mind, the visions, the sounds, the thoughts, as clouds passing through the vast expanse. The sky-like nature of mind, the rootedness of being, is in emptiness, clarity, and awareness, unborn, unspoilt, stainlessly pure. The infinite vibratory levels, the dimensions of interconnectedness are without end. There is nothing independent. All beings and things are residents in your awareness. I subject my awareness to the perfection of being, the perfection of wisdom, and perfection of love. All of this being co-present in the vast expanse, I share this panorama of being and appreciate all I can share with it. The seamless interweaving of consciousness with each moment. Create perfection wherever you go with your awareness. That is why this teaching is so admired by artists. They sense the correctness of the response to life as creative. Life is infinite creative joy, enjoyment, and participation in this creative play is the artist's profound joy. We co-author every moment with universal creativity. To bear our souls is all we ask, to give all we have to life and the beings surrounding us. And that, let's see, oh, we have a little bit more. Here we go. Here, the nature spirits are intense, and we appreciate them, making offers to them. These nature spirits that call us here, sealing our fate with each other, celebrating our love. I am an intersecting kaleidoscope of being in a rainbow refractive wave pattern, a corpuscle of light on the ocean, the transparency of my body with the rocks. Sometimes the only way to summarize my feelings is to draw, to collapse the frenzy in my limbs enough to make a mark of appreciation for my existence. Share your presence with others, no boundaries, completely, lovingly, openly. Love is what makes us alive. That is why we feel so alive when we love. Service is being able to love. Life is the combustion of love. We are constantly drawing the line between love and not love. Enter into the non duality zone. All judgments dissolve in the vast expanse. It's as though we are co conspirators of consciousness, everyone, everywhere, every when, mixing up our openable minds. It's as though we could gather clouds in the sky and people into our lives. Like an eruption of consciousness, we discover the source of love. Discover yourself as the source and appreciate every moment as perfection. Sunrise, sunset. Thank you. Thank you, Creator. Profound, unstoppable connectedness of all beings, most radical, no thing, the vast expanse. So there you go. And I think that's it. It's here. I'll share one more little. Meditations on the Divine Feminine. And again, this is all from Art Psalms by Alex Gray. Beauty is a radiance of the extraordinary, the striking, the authentic, the harmonious, that attunes us to divine presence. The female figure is the most contemplated form of beauty in the world. When beauty is threatened, heroic rescue must be put into motion because the intrinsic value of beauty is unquestionable, noble, and worth saving at any cost. That's interesting. This reminds me of when I was in university. This is from, what is that? Dawn, Woodstock School of Art, July 7th, 1994. When I was in university, welcome, Jasmine. Oh, that's my boy. When I was in university, I took a humanities class. Hold on one second. Hey, sweetheart, let me call you back in about 10 minutes, okay? Okay, sorry. Oh my God, that was my oldest on his way to grad school. So when I was in university, oh, nothing more beautiful than a pregnant woman. When I was in university, I remember having a term paper done, and it was in the humanities class, and I decided to do my term paper on the nude female form in art. That's what I did my paper on. And I wish to this day that I still had a copy of that paper. Primarily because I was so bad. We had like 3 months to do this paper. Guess when I did this paper? I did this paper the night before it was due. I stayed up till 1 o'clock in this morning doing the paper, and I got a B plus on the paper. And I remember thinking, wow, I got a B plus on this paper. And I waited to the very last minute. And there were other people in the class got like a C or B minuses. And I got one of the highest grades. And they were like, I worked a long time in this paper. And I'm like, I only worked like 6 hours. And I remember thinking, what if I had worked a little longer on this paper? I could have gotten an A plus. I don't know, maybe not, but yeah. So I think that's Alex Gray's wife, Allison, 5 months pregnant. That's with their daughter, Zena. And there she is, 9 months pregnant. Yeah. So anyway, let's see. Here we go. We'll go ahead and finish the Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. It's just checking. Sometimes he's got some interesting words in here. So just remember, I'm as an artist, reciting another artist. Divine Feminine, I bow before thee, prostrate, sorry, not prostate, but prostrate myself to thee. Let's try that again. Erase it. Divine Feminine, I bow before thee, prostrate myself to thee. Goddess circumference of the manifest. Oh, I like that. Goddess circumference of the manifest. O mother, O sister, O beloved wife and daughter, muse whisperer inspiring us to greater glory. Attracting us siren sisters to seductress, shameless sin. Beauty is thy name. Love is thy smoldering promise. Thou art gateway to the world of life and dark door to the mysteries of death. Isn't that awesome? I'll go ahead and, since we mentioned death, we'll go ahead and finish this. We still have a little bit of time. Meditations on mortality. Isn't that a cool image? You have the skull, then you have the embryo, the baby, the infant, the fetus in the back of the skull. Meditations on mortality. Death hovers in the mind like an anticipated grand finale. In the fireworks display of our life, we know it's coming. We know it is the end of our bodily existence. We know there is a light show. Skull and skeleton are emblematic and ubiquitous, a symbolic reminders of our future. Every dead person we see is us soon enough. The meditators in the charnel grounds watched rotting corpse to embed the smelly lessons of impermanence in the mind. Like a ticking clock, the skull grins in at the banquet, and we see what we wish we had done. Study death and celebrate your life while you still host the Holy Ghost that haunts your bones. This was a sketch that Alex Gray did in Rome, Italy, June 7th, 2007. And if I can read the quote he has here. What you are now, we once were. What we are now is what you will become. This is the Anatomy Lab, New York City, December 14th, 1994. I know in many Buddhist traditions, take care, Teresa, in many Buddhist traditions, there are meditations on death to remind us of our impermanence. He says, comparing brains. He did a lot of sketching in these places. So we will leave this here. Okay, so without much ado, I'm going to have to get back to my last minute work, get the sheets to the laundry from my massage practice and get it cleaned up and get started on my art project that I have to start hanging for next week. And I will, hopefully, if I haven't embarrassed myself, I'll make sure to find the YouTube link for the interview and send you guys photos of the actual exhibit when it's in progress. So thank you for joining us in this chat. And you know what? I realized I forgot to ring the bell, invite the bell, but that's okay. That's okay. So let's take a moment, take a nice deep centering breath. Let's take a moment to always do our best. And you know, we're all only human. We stumble, we fall, and hopefully we pick ourselves up again. Always remember to treat ourselves with compassion and patience, and to treat others with compassion and patience. And even within that compassion and patience, never be afraid to stand up for ourselves and never be afraid to speak our mind and speak our hearts. Hopefully within compassion and patience. So let's take a moment to remember our ancestors and all those who have come before us. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you peace and great bliss. And until next time, keep going, keep going. And thank you to Jasmine, to Divine L, to Goddess Naisha, to Teresa, and Katrina for being here. Be well. Thank you. You are welcome, Dee. You are welcome. Until next time, bye-bye.